Welcome to the Video Outhouse. I'm sorry you had to click this link.
What is your name?
Media News, Episode 75, Plaintiff of the Apes.
And hey kids, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to my Video Outhouse. Oh, look who's here.
Hey, it's JR, kids. I'm here too.
And you know what that means, don't you?
What's it mean? We got nothing else to do. That's what it means.
It means I might talk to a lot of pretty girls on Facebook. I don't have a life. I really don't. Because I'm doing this.
Nothing to do.
No one in a comic store has a life.
No! It's time for Media News!
All right.
And Media News is coming to you
Where?
from...
This place.
This place, Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood.
Civil War battlefield.
Where they're getting ready to level the Walgreens. Swear to God, they are.
There's going to be a Starbucks.
It's located at the corner of pain and depression.
Of desolation and misery.
Exactly.
The gutters
111th and Kedzie for the rest of you. And of course, at Alternate Reality, all new comics are 50% off every day for everyone, including Mark Millar,
yes.
who is busy at home typing up the sequel to Kick-Ass because it made so much money at the box office.
Yes.
He's been on his blog just saying, I'm working on a sequel to Kick-Ass. I'm working on it, and it's going to be better than the first one. Isn't that right?
Oh, yeah, even though it's never going to happen.
What?
Here's the thing. Mark Millar, we all know, is a talented writer. He's known for being a talented writer.
He's not exactly my cup of tea, but
No,
he's a talented,
mine either.
but he's a talented writer. I'm not going to take anything away from
For
him.
those of you that frequent his blog,
I don't.
me either.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
But for those of you that do, the other thing you will notice about Mark Millar, aside from his writing ability,
Yes.
is his nature of hyperbole.
You mean he craps out of his mouth?
A little bit. If you remember, about a year ago, he had pretty much said on his blog he was signed, sealed, and delivered to do the Superman movie, and that.
Well, he had said that he'd worked up a proposal for a 3-film deal.
Well, now he's saying
If anybody cared.
that he's getting cracking on that Kick-Ass sequel, and that they're going to start shooting it sometime early next year.
Any day now.
And the
Next year.
studio said, not so fast, Marky. At last I just checked this the other day.
What is the box office?
Worldwide.
As of the Iron Man weekend, which is when we're taping this.
Yes, the worldwide box office for Kick-Ass is $72 million.
Wow!
So, I mean,
I'm old enough to remember when that was a blockbuster weekend.
The film cost $35, so that means the studio is going to make its money back. But
Yeah.
what it does mean is that there was no general audience penetration for this, for want of a better word, Comic Book Man. The general audience has...
What kind of media news you doing, boy?
Well, you know, there's sidelines to JR's media news.
Oh, I bet there.
Pointy click, and then you go on to other things. But anyway, we won't get into
As
that.
with all of us.
It's not going to happen anytime soon, if at all. So,
Yes.
Mark, scale down the hyperbole a little bit there, buddy.
You know,
I'm going to miss Hit Girl.
that's too bad because I didn't see Kick-Ass. I didn't see Kick-Ass, so I'm not going to comment on the movie. But I heard plenty of reviews about it, and all the reviews I heard were mixed.
Yeah. You could read mine at the
Oh
website.
yes, and his review of
Yeah.
Kick-Ass is on the store's website, which the little queen of redundancy will be up with later on. And there's the clip you used, Jeffy.
Yeah.
The queen of redundancy will be up with later
Geez, I
on.
gotta find it.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
thanks.
So, okay, off of Mark Millar. We're
Okay,
moving on.
Moving on. The summer of 2012, the season is all firmed up
man.
for what's coming out and who's jockeying for what position and what's going on with the summer of 2012. What can we expect?
Well, first off, Warner's made a big announcement this past week that Batman 3 will be coming out July 20th of 2012.
Gosh,
What's
yes.
interesting about this is that a few weeks ago, Warner said, we're going to have a big announcement for San Diego Con. And then a week later, they announced the movie's coming out July 20th of 2012. So what will be the big announcement for Comic-Con is probably some sort of... No. They said they were going to have Batman news for Comic-Con.
Oh, Batman news.
So this means if they've already made the big announcement about the release, it probably is some sort of casting villain news.
It's probably casting and villain and story and all that stuff.
But to go back to what you said, summer of 2012, fans, comic book fans, sci-fi fans, man, you just might want to get a sleeping bag and hang out at the multiplex because you've got your Batman, which is coming out a mere 2 weeks after the Spidey reboot.
Yeah, after the Spidey
2 weeks later is after the Spidey reboot.
Yes.
3 weeks after the Star Trek sequel.
Yes.
And then the Avengers opens May the 4th of that same summer.
So you've got Avengers, Star Trek, Spidey, Batman.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
And the
Week,
year's
week,
not
week,
done because once you hit Christmas of that year, Warner thinks they're going to have the Superman film ready by
Oh,
that
they
point.
think.
Yeah.
They think.
So that's
Well, I hear they're planning on getting an X-Men film out by next. What is it?
next June.
Yeah, next June.
Yeah,
Hasn't even started yet.
well,
They haven't even sat down and talked about it.
Should
They're on
we
the table.
segue right into that?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
First, Matthew Vaughn, who directed Kick-Ass,
Yes.
the J.R. reviled Kick-Ass.
You gave it a whole star and a half. What?
First, you just go to the website and read it. I'm not going into it right now.
A star and a half means there's a star and a half of goodness in it.
Yeah, somewhere.
You like the popcorn.
Scrape away and you'll find it. But anyway, Matthew Vaughn, who directed Kick-Ass and
Yes.
starred us in a bunch of other projects, at first wasn't going to direct X-Men First Class.
No.
Why? Because Bryan Singer came in and said, I would like to direct another X-Men
Out of
movie.
the way, boy.
So Matthew Vaughn got shoved aside. And then Bryan Singer said, no, I want to direct the main X-Men films, not this First Class stuff. I want, none of that.
What's this?
No.
I want the real
The
one.
real thing, but I'm too busy right now.
Boy.
So can you hold X4 or 5, whatever it's going to be, so I can finish my Jack and the Beanstalk movie first? And Fox said, sure, yeah, go ahead.
So Fox would just be desperate as hell.
And so they ringy-dingy Matthew Vaughn back up and said, hey, you still want First Class? And he said, yeah, you betcha, because Kick-Ass didn't exactly set the world on fire. So here's the deal.
It's amazing how things change from week to week in Hollywood.
Fox says, you've got it. You got it, Matthew. You got your X-Men First Class. Can you have it ready in 13 months? So here's what's going on. We don't got a script that's workable yet. We don't have a cast yet.
No.
But we have a release date of next June.
Next June.
Okay. Here's the schedule.
Yes.
The film is supposed to start shooting this September.
Okay, start shooting in September for a June release.
Okay, just so you know.
So it starts at the school year and it comes out at the end of the school year.
That's a 9-month turnaround from
Yes.
beginning of shooting
yes.
to release.
Right.
Let's look at a film like Iron Man 2,
Yes.
which started shooting 1 year before it came out.
Yes.
Okay. What does this tell you about X-Men First Class?
That it's going to be a wonderful film and that you all will enjoy it so much you won't even realize it.
Yes, it's going to be a TV movie.
Look at
basically
Nano
what it's gonna
210.
be. And here's the thing, it's the X-Men.
Yes.
It's the X-Men. Why are they being treated like this? Isn't this an upper tier?
Well, I could go on ranting about how much I dislike the X-Men, but please go ahead.
But you and I are not X-Men fans. I'm
No.
not an X-Men fan by any stretch. But in the realm of comic bookness,
Yes.
X-Men is the upper tier of the character pantheon.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Top 2, 3.
Yeah.
The X-Men's top of the tier at Marvel.
And honestly, even the Singer films, do they really feel like top tier?
No, they didn't. No, I mean, what should have been a Bond film wasn't. I mean,
Exactly.
all the X films should be on the same level as a Bond
So now
film,
we're going
or
to-
on the same level as Spider-Man,
Yes, which Fantastic Four should have been as
which
well.
Fantastic Four
But
should have
that's
been
another
also.
story. So
That's
here
all
we're
it
going
is.
to have First Class, which is going to be even lower tier on the production scale.
Remember the Generation X pilot they did on Fox back
Oh.
in the late 80s, early 90s? It'll be on that level.
Just as good. Just
Okay.
as good. So that's coming too.
Okay, that's it. We're
We're
done.
done.
We're finished. We're out of here. We've got no more time for media news because
No.
Jeffy's doing this.
Yeah, he's giving us the finger.
And that means 8 minutes. Time to wrap it up. But you can go see all of his news or all of his reviews, I'm sorry, and Bo's news.
Bo does the news.
Which I'm actually going to get soon, I think, for media news.
Ah,
'Cause there hasn't-
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Angry Bo.
At the store's website. And where's the store's website at? The Queen of Redundancy knows.
Alright, Queen of Redundancy here. www.myalternatereality.com.
So stop off at the store's website, check out all his reviews and all his news, and until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And it's JR.
saying bye! This month's Hero of the Month sale at Alternate Reality is...
I am Iron Man.
and War Machine and Natasha Romanoff. I hear there's a movie coming out for the three of them. Anyway, if you stop down at the store all this month, 25% off all of my Iron Man trades, all my War Machine trades, all my Natasha Romanoff trades, whether they're Masterworks, whether they're soft covers, whether they're hardcovers, every trade I've got in the store, 25% off all month long. Now, some of you might be wondering, who's Natasha Romanoff? I saw her in the movie, but who is she? Black Widow. 25% off all month long here at Alternate Reality.